All right, guys, let's get started. I see that we have people from all over. Looks like DC, New York, Los Angeles represent. Um, I saw the results of your poll. That's super helpful to kind of know as we get started. Uh, Again, let's get started. We're calling this session social media for SnapStream for social media. If you've used social media in the past or SnapStream, you should have no problem. Kind of the agenda here is that I'm going to go through some slides and then basically go through and show you exactly how it's done. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Dave Usen, and I'm your Customer Success Manager here at SnapStream. I used to be an administrator for a very large SnapStream customer, NBC Universal. Now I have the pleasure to teach you how to use SnapStream. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, and been working in the broadcasting industry for over 12 years. Um, if you need any additional training on SnapStream, I want to point you to how you can schedule some individual training for you or your team. I'm happy to go over anything from social media again, or kind of just a basic training guide. Um, there's also some wonderful how-to guides on that site as well, including social media and some other good cheat sheets. Speaking of cheat sheets, I want to invite you to download the handout that's attached to this webinar. It's got a great guide, and it will help you go over most of the stuff that we talked about today. I personally have one right next to my desk all the time, just in case I forget something. One quick commercial. Next week, we're going to answer the question, what does the search bar do? The search bar is a great way to find content. And next week, we're going to go over all about it. Same time, same place, same channel. If you haven't already, go to that website, www.snapstreams.com/training. But I think most of you guys have kind of signed up for both of those, and really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. We're looking at probably a training that takes about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on questions. There'll be questions at the end. But first, I want to go over some permissions. You might not see some of the options that we are talking about here, but if you don't, please contact your administrator. You might be on an incorrect group for that. And so we can figure it out. Either contact me or your administrator, and we can get you on board there. So let's do an overview of what is supported in SnapStream. So we have Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Or yeah, Periscope. We are focusing mostly on the images, GIFs, and video in this session. Live was introduced in 9.1 SnapStream, and we'll briefly cover it here at the end. But that might be another good session that we have kind of in the future. But before we go any further, let's review some of the basics of the player and clipping. So what we'll see is when we open up a clip from a library, depending on the size of your window and what device you're using, you should see a player window with a few window panes. In this demo, I'm using a PC or a Mac and a 1080p screen. That window should give you a player and two panes. When I work, I usually do kind of a one pane for transcription and the second pane for social media. And so when I do my demos, that's what you'll see. So the player window itself gives us a view to locate, search, and view content that we wish to post. If you're looking to create a GIF or post a video, the in and out marks are super important. They indicate where you want your clips to start and end. And if they're not set, you're not going to be able to see those options, the GIF or video. They'll actually be grayed out, and I'll show you that as well. We also have a zoomable track bar. The zoomable track bar gives us an indication of an in and out mark um, at a very detailed viewpoint. I have another slide that has a little bit more about the in and out marks, but it's not loading at the moment. But basically, whenever you start a clip, you want to make an in and an out mark to where you want it to clip. So, for example, if I wanted to start in the middle of a clip, you could use a keyboard shortcut of an I and an O, and then be able to do that. I'm going to try and see if I can come back to this slide at some point. The zoomable track bar itself, you can use the shortcut Q in order to set that, and then you can change the size and duration. This is something I'll definitely go over when I do my kind of live demo. So really our first step is, how do you add social media account to your SnapStream? And so in order to do that, there's two ways, and we're really going to go over the user level way. If you need to have a global set throughout your whole facility, you can do a global level, but in this, like I said, this is a user training, so we're going to do it very simple in our user level. First, let's click on the user tab, the little guy on the upper right-hand side of the screen. And right underneath your username, you're going to see a profile settings. If you go into that settings and you scroll all the way down, you'll see Facebook pages, Twitter accounts, YouTube accounts, Periscope accounts, etc. But you're probably asking, is it safe to add your social media account to SnapStream? Yeah, it's totally safe. SnapStream uses OAuth, which is a secure way in order to keep your contact data, and SnapStream will never store your account password. So, for example, if we click the Add Twitter account, you'll be brought to a Twitter hosted page to authorize your account. It might ask you to sign in at this point. If you do, you add all your authentication details, and this page is completely hosted by SnapStream. And once you hit authenticate or authorize the app, you'll be redirected to the profile settings.
Just to correct that, it's completely hosted by Twitter. Oh, so when you're authenticating, on a Twitter site. We can't store the password because the whole way that OAuth is designed, the password is only ever entered on a Twitter site. And then we're given you're granting SnapStream's application access. And it's that grant, which you can revoke anytime, that allows SnapStream to post to the Twitter account that you're authorizing. Just for clarity, but you know, cool. The same conclusion is true, that this is the right way to store passwords and with third-party applications, and it's safe to do this.
Thank you. Yeah. If I said SnapStream, I apologize. I meant to say it's hosted on Twitter. So first thing we want to do is go over how to post to Twitter. And again, we can post images, animated GIFs, or videos straight from SnapStream to Twitter. And I'm having trouble with this slide as well for some reason. But let's when we look at the Twitter pane, it looks like this. Basically, we'll go over all the different options to post something like this. Your Twitter pane will actually be on the right-hand side, like I said before, and that's the image that isn't loading for some reason. First thing you want to do is make sure that you're posting to the correct account. That could be really, really bad if you accidentally send to the wrong Twitter feed. Next, we're going to be looking at the reply status. The reply status window will appear, and you can actually reply to that URL. You can add that URL to reply directly to that. Next, we're going to add the body of the tweet. You can add your hashtags, your mentions, and everything like that. In this example, I'm rooting for the Husky at the local dog show. Next, we're going to select the media type. In this example, we're going to use an image. If you move the player head around, you'll see that it will not update automatically the image. And so that's why we have the refresh button on the right-hand side. Um, Also, you see a image preview of what you'll be posting, and you can get kind of a little preview that way. SnapStream gives you cropping tools as well, and you can get the right frame size for your image. We have presets that are square, 9 by 16, 16 by 9, and 4 by 3, and you can get that image exactly where you want it to be with the cropping of the image. Next, you can actually add meme text. Can't guarantee your mom will get the joke, but the meme generator is right below. In this example, on the left box is going to be what is on the top with the line "let the," and then on the bottom right, I added "husky win." So it added "let the husky win," and I have a husky at home, so that's why I found this. And I used the search tool in order to find the local dog show, so it all kind of worked out. If you need to delay the post to a different time, you can use the post at feature. So you can select the date and time, and it will not be posted until the end of that, until that alarm basically gets set. This will gray out the actual blue tweet on the right hand side and add this to a queue. And I'm going to go into queuing a little bit later, but just know that you won't be able to queue it or tweet it right away, and you'll have to hit that queue button. If you need to add a watermark, you can ask your administrator to upload a logo, or select it here if it's already there. So I added a little SnapStream logo on the bottom right hand corner. And then you're way to go. You're ready to submit the tweet, and you can hit that tweet button. The color of the tweet is a kind of a Twitter blue, and I kind of like that nice touch. Once you hit the tweet, your image will begin to post. It will take a few moments, and videos will take longer than a quick clip to post. You can find a track bar on the lower right hand of your screen. And then when it's completed, it will turn green, so you know it's been posted. And then view tweet option will take you to the tweet itself in Twitter. Next.
Dave, while we're waiting for that to load up, I want to just add in there, I guess, a couple things. One is if there's anything in particular that those of you in the audience want to get out of this training, just kind of backing up for a moment. Chime in, post something on the chat or post something as a question so we can be sure to address that. We're able to be pretty fluid and dynamic in these trainings. It's not a one size fits all. So if you have any particular things that you want to accomplish out of the training, please speak up. And in general, if you have questions as Dave goes through this, there are two more of us on the call. So there's Dave, but there's me, and then there's Guyan on the phone. So if you post a question, you're not going to be interrupting Dave. One of us will answer the question, and you'll probably ask something that other people are wondering about. So we should probably give out like free T-shirts or something for folks that ask questions.
Yeah, that sounds great.
For next time.
Well,
yeah, back over to you.
Next time. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So next we're going to be posting a GIF, and I'm just going to go through this kind of one at a time. A lot of the things are the same, and so I'm not going to go over the same stuff twice. But again, like I said before, make sure that you have in your player an in and out mark, or this will be grayed out. You're not able to hit this GIF area first and then go back and hit your in and out mark. So just make sure that that's in mind. The one thing that's different in the GIF settings is the change of the resolution, the frame rate, and the speed of the image that's being created. So just keep in mind, the higher the quality of the frame rate, the bigger the size. And as of right now, Twitter has about a 15 megabit size limit for animated GIFs. So just be careful, be aware of that. Also, you can keep the clip. We'll actually clip out that that image and then add it to your library. So if you didn't want to just throw this away, wanted to reuse it for whatever reason, you can keep it in your library. Sending video to Twitter is also very similar. You still have the Twitter handle that you can put up above, selecting an account, but we add a title description as well. And then also you can add a time code a timestamp burn in as well. So it'll give you the time and date of when that was recorded. You also have that keep clip and also a thumbnail. If you don't have a thumbnail already, it will be generated yourself, or it will auto-generate with a frame inside the in and out mark itself. Then just hit tweet, like I said before, and you'll be able to post that right away. So with that, let's move on to Facebook. The Facebook tab also looks very similar to the Twitter tab, with a few differences that will accommodate Facebook. Again, please make sure that you have the right user, because that could be really bad. Posting, something that wasn't posted to the wrong account. You have the body of the Facebook. So at this point, you can mention different people. You can talk again about the dog show, whatever you want there. And then you want to select the media type. And you'll see that there's no GIF options. That's because Facebook doesn't allow GIFs at this time. If that changes, I'm sure SnapStream will change that as well. The reload button works just like in Twitter, where the frame will be updated to the frame mark that you currently are in the player head. You can also crop the image just like in Twitter. And I won't go over too much of that because we already kind of went through it as well. You get the same image preview. You can add meme text just like in Twitter, and you can delay your post and add a watermark. And then post. It's really easy, and you get that nice dark blue button for Facebook, other than the light blue one for Twitter. You can also cue the clip, and again, I'll go over that in an upcoming slide. If you want to post video to Facebook, it's very similar to posting video to Twitter. Mind your in and out points again, and click the video option. You can see that the same options as posting to Twitter videos, with a watermark option, delayed post, thumbnail, keeping that clip. Again, we want to make it very, very easy for you to post videos quickly. Lastly, we're going to go on to YouTube and post videos to YouTube. Posting to YouTube is a little bit different because YouTube has some different things to fill out. So let's go through them one by one. Again, make sure that you have your right YouTube user selected. You're going to be able to select a title or type in a title. Now, it's really cool in SnapStream. It will auto-populate with your guide data title. You can use this if you'd like, or you can modify it however you'd like as well. It's just kind of a suggestion for you. You want to categorize the video. So this is a YouTube categorization. You can say that it's entertainment for this example. Then you also have privacy controls. This is YouTube's privacy controls, where you can make it public, which will make it searchable for everybody and on your YouTube page, or you can make it private or unlisted, so that way different users will be able to access it. You'll have media controls. In YouTube, you only have two, video and live controls. You get a preview just like before, just like on Twitter and Facebook, and you'll get a program description. This is also auto-populated if you have the program guide data. Go ahead and edit it however you'd like, but we give you kind of a good suggestion. Maybe use some of those keywords. Also, you can add some YouTube tags, which are really important, so you can, get those great posts. And just like everything else, you can delay the post and keep the clip uh, after posting if you'd like. And then when everything's good and go, you're able to upload that clip with that nice bright red YouTube upload button. So everything's you posted a picture, a video, or live stream, and depending on the length of the clip, it might take some time to post. And we want to kind of check the status of each of these posts. So what we can do is we can go up to our task list. And our task list is it'll be up in your right above the search bar. And what that will do is be able to see the status of a current tweeting video. And you actually get that as well on the bottom left-hand side that I said that with that screen that wouldn't load. You see it on the bottom of the screen here. You'll get that kind of hovering over you all the time, and you can see exactly where your task is. So in this example, you can see that it's in the clipping phase. And you can go and see on your left-hand side as well, different, any completed clips, pending clips, or failed clips. And you can see other people's pending clips as well. A completed clip will give you some information about that clip. And yeah, you can see, hopefully everything goes to completed and you'll never see anything in the failed. That's kind of the what we want to try and do. So it's a great way to get really great status on, everything. And then once it's posted, for sure. So let's move over to the social tab. You can go to the social tab from the toolbar or from the opening launch screen. And it's it's kind of like a command center for all your different tweets and anything that you've posted. But the first thing you see on the social page is queued clips. So let's finally go through that really, really briefly. So what's queuing? When you queue a clip, it's going to be able to do all the legwork. It's going to do all the clipping, all the ready to get off the starting line, but it won't actually do it. It will. You can have other users post your Twitter or post your social media, or you can set it to just post at a different time, and that's where that post at feature is really cool. So it's almost like a waiting area for uh, posts. And if you have, it's also very helpful if you have your whole team is posting a lot of different videos or clips at once, and you want to prioritize your clips. And again, you can find all your queued clips. Queued, you say that 5 times fast in the social tab. And here's an example of an unscheduled tweet that's queued. You'll get a little player window to preview it, but I can hit that blue tweet button at any time and be able to send it. If you go down to your My Posted or All Posted tabs, you get kind of a cool command center of everything that's been posted. So you can see, in this example, these are all of my posted Twitter. My Twitter's pretty sad. Nobody's retweeted any of my clips, but that's just because it's used for examples like this. You can see the username. I can post to other social media, gives me date posted, and I can even use that far right window and actually launch Twitter and see that post. Don't feel too sad for me. Again, I don't really tweet that often. You can see both, again, your all queued or my queued, as well as what I've posted or what everybody's posted. So let's see this in action. I'm gonna take away from this screen and show you exactly how to post a clip. So stand by for just a second. So I'm just gonna go to the loading page here, and the first thing I want to do is collect the library that or find a clip that I want to post to social media. So the first thing I'm going to do, I can either search for a clip or just go into the library and select something, and that's what I'll do. So again, this is our player window, this is our pane 1, and our pane 2. And you can see all the different social media accounts that I can post to up here on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to say, if I'm going to post an image, I can just hit pause and hit over to the Twitter window. And you can see all the different accounts that I can post to. I can send it to my coworker Brian, but again, I'm going to be very careful on who I'm going to post it to. This is a TV show on ABC, and so I'll just add some tweet text to the video here, or my tweet here. So I'm going to say Strahan and Sarah, I think it is called. And I can even do a hashtag my fave show, right? Again, we're going to be posting an image in this idea, and then I'll add a meme text. My fave show. Again, the one on the left is going to be the top, and the one on the right is going to be at the bottom. I want to post this now, and I'll add a little SnapStream logo at the very bottom as well. And just for good measure, I'll make sure this is a square. Now on the right and left, I can actually move this back and forth, and I can kind of use that however I want. And again, if I wanted a different frame, I can come over here. You can see that it's not updating here, and I can just hit that refresh. And you can see they're identical now. Then it's super simple. Hit that blue tweet button. You'll see that it's preparing the post with the screenshot, and you'll see down below here that that's actually posting to Twitter. Super simple. It's just an image, so it won't take that long. I'll go over to my very boring Twitter page. I'll refresh it. You can see my favorite show instantaneously. Very cool. If I wanted to do a video, I can make an in. Again, I'm going to be pushing my I. I'm going to hit spacebar to play and then make a mark out. Now I have the ability to create a GIF or a video. Let's take off that cropping. This is only a 2-second long video. Again, I'm going to say hashtag my favorite show. I'm going to title my video.
Yeah, and the title and description fields that Dave is filling in here, these are relatively new metadata fields. If you've used Twitter Media Studio, then you've seen these fields before. And you may not have noticed it, but when you go to playback videos on Twitter, these are additional fields that exist underneath the video asset itself. So you're as of SnapStream 9.2, you're able to set these fields.
And again, we're going to be clipping this with that in and out mark. And depending on how long your clip is, it should just take a couple seconds to post to Twitter. And again, as that's going on, I can go to my tasks, and I can see the tasks more detail on my tasks screen. And it gives you a nice detail of what it's actually doing. So it just clipped it, it's adding it to our library, which I added it, and now it's actually tweeting that out. And again, I can also go over and see all tasks. Okay, it just finished. I can just go back and reload my tweet feed. And there you go. There's my video. Only a couple seconds long just for demo purposes, but no problem there. I can go over to my completed, and you can see that I both that's completed. I can go into the Twitter box here, and it just automatically links into that as well. Go back. And now I can also go to my social tab, and it already sees these are queued clips, like I said before. But if I go to all posted or my posted, you can see hashtag my favorite show. You can see that it's a video. If it's been retweeted, sadly it has not. And I can actually use that to post to other social media as well. So I can cross that, post that to Facebook. And then again, I can launch that into Twitter and see how that's going. So it's a nice little command center of everything that you've posted to SnapStream.
So to talk about the cross-posting for a moment, the asset that you mark in and out, it gets saved so that the cross-posting process is pretty fast. It doesn't have to separately clip the video out. Also, when you go to cross-post, it does prompt you to create a new message for that other social network. Like it gives you the text from the tweet, but of course, best practice is to create a post that reflects that particular social network. Obviously, Twitter has a length constraint, and so you would write a post differently for Twitter than you would for Facebook. And I don't think Dave mentioned this, but we also do hashtag completion on Twitter. I think Facebook actually removed the page name completion that we used to have support for. They took that out of their API, but so if you type an @ in a tweet and start typing, Strahan, for example, it would give you a short list of, not on a Facebook post, but we do that on tweets. So, it's a pretty rich tweet composed. Yeah, if you could type in here @Strahan, because obviously this is like best practice, AHAN. No, Y.
Oh.
With an R. Yeah, so anyhow, I think you get the idea though. So just something to mention though, when you cross post, it does prompt you to create a separate post for the other social network. But you can take that same asset, which you often want to, you want to reuse. It will, you can take the same asset and repurpose it essentially across social networks, which can really speed up the posting process.
Great. So let me present again. So quickly, I just want to go over social media live. So real quick, I'm going to add a poll to this, and just really quickly as I go through this, are you currently using live stream to Periscope using either SnapStream or YouTube? Just quickly select yes or no, and we'll get started in about a second here. Okay, it looks like about 17% said yes, but most of you guys said no. And so let me just really quickly go through this. This is something we've added in 9.1, and it's kind of exciting and might be useful to you. So first, let's talk about posting video to YouTube Live. A YouTube Live clip will post it live instead of the whole video. So if you have a clip that you want to premiere or want something that is live, you can post that and you can actually get the audience to view that. By default, you'll be able to basically do the whole clip or wherever it's currently playing. But you can also add a time constraint. So you can say almost like an in-out mark, play from here to here, and that will be live, quote unquote. You have, just like in video, you can add your privacy, your YouTube tags, and a description. Posting to Facebook Live, very, very similar. Make sure you got that user account correct. You can add the Facebook text. And again, by default, it's just going to play wherever you are currently playing. But you can add time restraints again, making an in and out mark to make sure that whatever is being played is playing correctly live. Lastly, we also have Periscope, and Periscope is basically Twitter's live features, and it's very, very simple interface. And for some reason, this tab isn't going as well. So yeah, okay, there you go. Again, you select your Periscope account, title, and in and out time restraints, and hit stream. Again, very, very simple. We can go over this in another webinar at some point, but this is a way to get SnapStream content to your users as fast as possible. And that's it. We did it. I wanted to thank everybody so much. This slide is also not loading. Thank you so much for kind of our first educational seminar. We're going to go over searching in SnapStream next week. I'm really excited about that. And there'll be some really cool tips and tricks that I'm sure you don't know about. And I'm excited for you to be attentive to that. So from now here on, if you have any questions, please let us know. You can use that questions tab on the left-hand side, and we'll either address it here, or I'll get back to you. I have your email and your name and everything like that. If it's not a question we can answer today, or it's a feature request, I promise we'll get back to you on that. Now, a very common question, as people are typing in questions, a very common question is SnapStream has the ability to, or has, or captures really good transcriptions for everything that we capture. How will that display in your social media posts? And how will that caption be displayed? Are they burned in? And so the question of that is, or the answer to that question is no. So here's an example of a YouTube clip. And you'll see if you go to your settings on that YouTube clip that you'll have a subtitle option. You'll have an auto-generated, which is brought to you by YouTube, but the other English option will give you a non-burnable time caption on the below. So you can say, look, he's not here. He's not ready to date. That also applies to Twitter, and when Twitter has the volume down, it'll use that captions as well. So if there's any questions, let me know. Again, I want to point you to the training section of our website. Again, that's in support, training, and then training sign up. You got full access to my calendar, and I accommodate both East, West, Asia, Europe. Whoever needs training, please let me know. I'm happy to stay up late or wake up early. It's probably better for me anyway. So with that, I think we're about done. We went over a little bit of time. I apologize for that, but if there's any questions, please let me know. All right. Well, again, feel free to email me or set up some time. And I really appreciate you guys being here. And I look forward to teaching you guys next week. Have a good day, everybody.